Josefa, and this week on Fresh Plans we are talking about space. We all know some pretty cool stuff about space. There are 8 planets. Those planets orbit around the sun. The sun is the largest star that we know of in our galaxy. But I have 10 things that you may not know about planets and space. Number 1. Saturn is less dense than water. One gigantic glass of water later and you would have a planetary ice cube. The sunlight that you basked in this morning is 30,000 years old, but that's before it even left the sun. For light to get from the surface of the sun to the surface of the Earth takes about 8 minutes. In 2004, a star made entirely out of diamond was discovered. This 10 billion trillion carat diamond is also known as BPM 37093 and is the crystallized remains of a white dwarf. A white dwarf is the hot core of a star once it has died, which means, you guessed it, that the sun will one day also become a giant diamond. 37093. Uranus was initially named after Mad King George, and it was also the first planet to be discovered using a telescope. Number 5. Cold welding is a specifically outer space phenomenon. 2 pieces of uncoated metal, if touched, will fuse together, never to part again in that outer spacey vacuum. Number 6. In 2006, the definition of a planet was changed, which of course left Pluto as a dwarf planet, one of 44 in our solar system. Number 7. The Big Dipper is not a constellation, but an asterism. An asterism is a group of stars that's not one of the 88 official constellations. The Big Dipper happens to be comprised of the 7 brightest stars in the tail of Ursa Major, or the Great Bear. Number 8. There's no sound in space. Sound travels in waves by vibrating through air molecules, and there's no air in space. So no air equals no sound. Number 9. Jupiter is so big that all the other planets could fit inside it. Number 10. Mercury has the greatest difference in temperature. Even though it's the closest planet to the sun, it has a very thin atmosphere, so it can get really freezing cold at night. We're talking negative 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and get really hot during the day. Think along the lines of 800 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a 1,000-degree difference. That's my list of 10 things that you probably don't know about outer space.